What is up, awesome people of the internet? Guys, happy Monday and welcome to another edition of Quita in the Morning. Guys, we got a lot to talk about today, a whole lot to talk about. We got a new segment that I think you all may like, maybe, let me know. We also have all-star stuff to talk about and a whole lot more. So guys, without any further ado, Quita in the Morning starts now.
Are you ready?
Are you ready?
Are you ready? Ready, set, go.
Get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready, guys. Again, thank y'all so much for rocking with me. Thank you so much. If y'all could, as y'all are hopping in, make sure to hit that like button. Also subscribe to the channel, and hopefully if y'all are watching in the replay with the replay squad, well, make sure to put hashtag replay squad in the comments below. Also, hopefully by the time you watch this, I will have chapters in here, so it'll be a lot easier to kind of go along and understand what's going on. Okay, so a new segment that I want to talk about. New segment. Okay. And that new segment is going to be top performers. All right, so every Monday, you all know every Monday I like go through the past week and I talk about all the games and whatnot. But I wanted to do something different this time. Yes, we're going to highlight some games and talk about those games as well. But I do want to split up the top 5 top performances of the week and have that be its own segment. So listen to the segment. Let me know at the end if y'all like the segment or not. Okay, so every week we're going to go through top 5 performances. Now, the performances could either be by an individual person, a collective of people, or an entire squad. And so, yeah, we'll get into that today. We have 5 different people and teams to highlight. And yeah, let me know. Let me know what y'all think about it. You love it, you hate it, whatever. Let me know. Okay. All right. First up, let's start off with number 5. The number 5 performance of the week is the Chicago Skyscrapers. You got Angel Reese and Kamilla Cardoso dominated last week. Well, Angel in all of the games, and Kamilla in one of the games until she had to go over to Brazil, which go over to play with Team Brazil. But I want to talk about the Skyscrapers real quick because there's been a lot of talk about, can Kamilla and Angel coexist? Can they both be successful at the same exact time? And yes, I would say yes, they can be successful at the same exact time. On this past Tuesday, in the first game of the week against the LA Sparks, the Chicago Sky dominated with the team winning 97-86. Now, in that game, we saw Kamilla Cardoso finish with a career-high 27 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 blocks. She did just about everything there was to do on the basketball court. And for Angel, in that same game, 18 points, 17 rebounds, 6 assists, 4 steals. She was doing her thing, rocking and rolling, and it began in the front court. It began in the front court, guys. The Chicago Sky is a team that needs their 2 bigs to show up and show out, okay? And they absolutely did, guys, in that game. And then we fast forward to Sunday, this past Sunday, yesterday. This time, the Chicago Sky are once again playing the LA Sparks, but not with Kamilla. Kamilla is out. She is over to overseas to play with Team Brazil in AmeriCup, which I'm going to talk about AmeriCup in just a sec. And this was a neck-and-neck battle between the Chicago Sky and the LA Sparks in LA. The game was neck and neck at the end of the third quarter, when Angel Reese was like, you know what? We got Candace Parker in the building, retiring her jersey. The legend that Candace Parker is, more on Candace Parker in just a sec, but the legend of Candace Parker is sitting front row, right? She just got her jersey retired in LA. She's going to have her jersey retired later this season in Chicago. And Angel was like, you know what? Nah, I gotta put my cape on and I gotta make some stuff happen. I have to make some stuff happen. And she absolutely did in that third quarter, guys. 11 points in the fourth quarter. 11 points in the fourth quarter to lead the Chicago Sky, outscoring the Sparks in the fourth, 31-23, guys. The final score of the game, 92 Chicago Sky, 85 LA Sparks. And guys, Angel Reese, y'all, she was standing on business in this game. 24 points. She shoots 50% from the field, 16 rebounds, 7 assists, 2 blocks, 1 steal. She becomes, with yesterday's performance, she becomes the first WNBA player ever with 15 or more rebounds in 4 straight games. Now, at the start of the season, yeah, she wasn't playing that great. She wasn't playing that great, and she even admitted it herself. Like, she was like, hey, first 8 games are not very good. But she is in her bag. This point forward thing is not an all game thing, because if you watch the Sky play, you see that there are certain moments where they're like, yeah, okay, Angel, we need you to facilitate. We need you to make some stuff happen. And there's other moments where it's like, hey, pick and roll. Let's see what's going to happen. And also, the pick and roll is working so well for the Sky. It seems like finally the Sky guards are really starting to be able to anticipate what they want to do when the pick and rolls happen. And the best part about it is it's not just the fact that Angel is scoring down low. She's also passing her teammates, getting them involved, and they're actually making shots. Kia Nurse, she is back shooting, right? She's back shooting. She's back making some shots, and that was fun to see as well. So, I mean, yeah, the Skyscrapers are absolutely doing their thing. And yeah, Angel's like, you know what? People got a lot to say. Well, let me let my game show for itself, okay? Let me let my game show for itself. And there were people, I saw people online that were like, see, Angel can't do, this is why Angel and Kamilla can't work after yesterday's performance, right? And people were like, oh, this is why they can't work, because look at how great Angel played. Did y'all not see the game on last Tuesday, which is why I opened with that, to show that, like, yes, these two players can work together and can be both very, very successful on the court. I'm just saying. Yes, it was against the Sparks. However, just because you're playing a not so great team doesn't mean that your performance should be invalidated, okay? So, shout out to the Chicago Sky for winning two games this past week against the LA Sparks. It's always kind of funny how, like, a team plays a team at home and then plays a team away in the same week. It's kind of fun. Anyway, that is number 5, and Michael says he owes Kia Nurse an apology. I think a lot of people owe Kia Nurse an apology. But she getting it back together. And sometimes players go through ruts where they just can't seem to score. And yeah, that's absolutely a thing. Okay? Next up, let's talk about the number 4 performance of the week. And for number 4, I have the Golden State Valkyries as a team against the Seattle Storm. Now, Valhalla was rocking and rolling yesterday, and the Valkyries put on a defensive masterclass, guys. To remind the league, hey, you cannot just walk into Chase Center and walk out happy. You can't do it, because the Valkyries, the players on the court, the 6th man, meaning the fans in the crowd, are going to do everything in their power to make sure you leave out of that arena with an L. And that's exactly what happened with the Seattle Storm. Guys, the Golden State Valkyries ran through the Seattle Storm. 84 Valks, 57 Seattle, tying their largest margin of victory in franchise history, and handing the Seattle Storm their lowest scoring game this season. Guys, let me tell you, this game was never really close. Never really close. From the jumps, it was all Golden State Valkyries. You had Monique Billings, who set the tone early with a block and a bucket within the first couple of minutes, and the Golden State Valkyries started off with a 7-0 run that was ultimately, I believe, NECA ended up scoring, so it ended up being like 7-2 or something like that. But the defense for the Golden State Valkyries, the reason why I'm giving this a team performance is because the defense was crazy. It was relentless, guys. The Seattle Storm came into this game leading the entire WNBA in field goal percentage. And yesterday, they shot just 27% from the floor, guys. 27%, right? Yesterday, we saw the return of the Catwoman herself, Timmy Fag Binley. I had to include this photo because I just thought it was, when I saw them, the Valkyries post this photo before the game, I was like, oh my goodness, she is channeling Catwoman. It was a great outfit. But Timmy Fag Binley is back after representing Great Britain in EuroBasket. She played a decent amount of minutes off the bench, finishing with 4 points, I believe 4 boards and 2 assists. She also did give the front court some much needed depth after Kayla Thornton went down, I believe, early in the second half of this game. And unfortunately, guys, I still don't have an update as of what the status is of Kayla Thornton. So fingers crossed that KT is going to be okay. But she did go down in the game and did not return. That's a huge loss because if you all have been paying attention, Kayla Thornton has been rocking and rolling for this team, and having her out of this game, I was like, oh, the Valkyries are they're gonna lose it a bit. Maybe there's a window for Seattle to come back in this game, but nah. The window was over. The window was closed shut as the Golden State Valkyries make it happen. And without KT in the game to kind of close it out, guys, Tiffany Hayes was basically like, hey, no problem, I got it. Tiffany Hayes dropped the season high in yesterday's game, I believe, 21 points. She had 4 assists. She played like the vet that we know she is, right? Someone who can just take over and make some stuff happen. And when it comes to the rest of the backcourt, Veronica Burton, right by her side, 15 points, 5 assists, 5 boards, 2 blocks. Like, the backcourt was absolutely cooking in this game. And then, sure, the starters do their thing, but let's talk about the bench, because the Golden State Valkyries bench continues to be one of the best backcourts in the league. Laeticia Amihere, career high. 15 points, 8 boards, a highlight block on Dominique Malunga. You got Kate Martin, who comes in the game, 3rd straight double-digit scoring game. You gotta love to see it. You gotta love to see it. Right? Natalie Decase has done wonders for this squad. I think this is very, very fun to see. And this team has an identity. Hey, 1 through 12. Any of these players can get on the court and make some stuff happen. They have a great defensive scheme, and games like this, if teams were not worried about Golden State, you better be now. Literally, guys, the fact that against one of the best teams in the league, the Seattle Storm, that has Nneka Ogwumike, Skylar Diggins, Gabby Williams, like, this team got crushed by the Golden State Valkyries. And guys, also, how many sellouts has Golden State had? Right? 18,000 plus fans in attendance. You had Steph Curry there. You had Dawn Staley, Sue Bird. Guys, the stars were out yesterday, and the Golden State Valkyries delivered, guys. Final score, 84 Valks, 57 Storm. A statement win, a defensive beatdown, and a team that looks ready to make some serious noise as we go deeper into the summer. So that was number 4. Number 4 performance of the week was the Golden State Valkyries defense. Okay? All right, let's keep it going. Let's keep it going because I think this is kind of fun. What do y'all think? I think this is kind of fun, kind of going through these games and talking about what we see. And I want to go to the number 3 performance of the week. And this is a game that you all may or may not have known about. Number 3 is something that no one saw coming. Team USA went into pool play locked and loaded with talent. This is a top 5 team in the world. They just got bounced by Mongolia in Mongolia in the quarterfinals of the 2025 FIBA 3x3 World Cup. Guys, the final score of this game was 18, Mongolia, USA 15. So let's kind of set the scene. We are in Mongolia, guys. It is a packed crowd. The energy is off the charts. Mongolia just knocked off China, who I believe was the number 1 seed in this tournament. In a wild overtime victory. Mongolia beat China, did the unthinkable, right? And so they come into this game riding on a tsunami of momentum. The U.S., they were perfect in pool play, right? Looked dominant, great team, focused, ready to go until they got got. Guys, you all know the motto. I say it all the time. Anybody can get got. It doesn't matter how good you are. You can get got at the right time. Okay? So when the quarterfinals hit, this was a tight one early on, but then boom, Mongolia caught fire from deep. They have a player, her name is Kulan. She's fantastic. Guys, the full game is available to watch on the FIBA YouTube channel. Kulan, she was absolutely lethal in this game. She had 4 2-pointers, which are 3-pointers. It's 3x3, so 2s are now 1s, 3s are now 2s. You guys get it? Okay. Kulan was absolutely lethal in this game. 4 2-pointers, including a dagger late in this game. And Mongolia is a team that does not shoot that great from 2. However, they make stuff happen. Okay? They hit enough, I was about to say 3s, 2s, that they needed. And the USA tried to make an answer, but they just couldn't do enough. Sarah Strong, she had a lot of rebounds, but only 5 points. 5 points, 11 rebounds in this game. She battled in this one. Michaela Williams also knocked down a shot to tie it up. But the Americans ultimately could not pull it away. Guys, the game was tied 15. It was tied, right? The game was tied at 15 points apiece. And the Americans just couldn't pull away. There was a couple of seconds left to go in this game. Mongolia misses their shots. Kulan comes out of nowhere, grabs the rebound, scoop and score. And just like that, Mongolia has the lead 16-15 with like 5 seconds left to go. So, of course, the U.S. has to foul because it's over if you don't foul. So the U.S. fouled. Mongolia makes both free throws, and there really isn't a comeback from there. It's game, set, match. The crowd goes wild as Mongolia not only took down China, they took down the United States at home, guys. And truly, the reason for the loss for Team USA, turnovers and shot selection. It killed Team USA, right? The Americans had 8 turnovers in this game. Mongolia had, I believe, 4, right? The Americans only hit 2 3-pointers in the entire game. And when it comes to 3x3, 2-pointers, aka 3-pointers, mean a lot. All right? They mean a lot. And Mongolia, hey, they were like, okay, you can only hit 2 2s? Okay, we got 6. And that's really everything when it comes to 3x3. This is not 5-on-5, guys. You do not have quarters to adjust. You got 10 minutes. You got a 1-shot clock. You got a situation where one mistake can end your run. So, Team USA, if you all don't know who was on the team, you had Sarah Strong, you had Michaela Williams, you had Sarah Williams, and you had Morgan Molly as well. These are straight up ballers in college, absolute ballers in college. And sometimes when you're playing basketball, especially 3x3, it's not all about talent, because talent says that Team USA would win. No problem. It's not always about talent. It's about timing, and it's about momentum. And Mongolia, they hit the shots that mattered, and they were riding on a huge momentum because, again, this team was at home, and they just beat a massive China team in overtime. They had a lot of momentum, a lot of fan support, and sometimes that's all you need. Sometimes that is all you need. And they took down the red, white, and blue in Mongolia. And guys, this is what 3x3 is all about. There is no automatic wins, guys, right? There is no safe lead. There is no guarantees. If you don't show up in the exact moment, you're going to be out. So yeah, this one hurts if you're Team USA. For Team USA, both the women and the men lost early on. Shout out to Mongolia for doing a big one in this game, and shout out to this 3x3 game just to remind us, like, guys, there is no real upsets in 3x3. It's just, hey, who is clutch? Who is clutch? Okay. But also, just to close the loop on this, Mongolia's magical run did end in the gold medal game where they lost 15-9 to the Netherlands. Okay. So ultimately they won silver, but the fact that they made it as far as they did is absolutely huge. So again, shout out to Team Mongolia. Anyway, let's continue on. That was the number 3 performance of the week. And guys, the point of these performance, like walking through this stuff, is to give you all a sense of the broad swath of what's happening in women's basketball, not just the WNBA. There's also a lot of stuff happening as well. Okay, that was number 3. Now let's go over to number 2. The number 2 performance of this past week has been Team USA for AmeriCup. Because, we got to give y'all an international flair as well. So anyway, also, guys, if y'all could make sure to hit that like button, that really does help the channel out a whole lot. And also, guys, let me know in the comments what you all think about this segment. Yay, nay, what do you think? I'm curious to hear your ultimate thoughts on this situation and on some of the games that I'm covering. Were you all familiar with some of these games? Did you all watch some of these games? Are you all like, what? I didn't even know Team USA lost. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. All right? Okay. So, let's move on. So, Team USA is playing in AmeriCup right now. And, guys, Team USA is absolutely dominating. Absolutely dominating in FIBA AmeriCup, which, I mean, yeah, you kind of expect. Team USA is on a mission, and after 2 games, guys, you can kind of consider that mission going successful so far. After 2 back-to-back blowouts to open up the 2025 FIBA AmeriCup, the U.S. has arrived in some massive fashion. Guys, we got 2 games, 2 dominant wins, and this young college-loaded squad under the direction of head coach Kara Lawson is looking scary good. Okay, first up, let's talk about the first game that happened, the absolute blowout that happened on a Saturday as Team USA was going against Chile in Chile, guys. This game is happening in Chile. They are the host country of the FIBA AmeriCup tournament, and a lot of fans was out cheering for Chile. And ultimately, the game was actually close, guys. The game was close. And for the first quarter, I would actually say, for the first quarter, it looked like we might have a competitive game. But then, boom, a massive, almost 21-0 run for Team USA. The Team USA, they took control and they absolutely dominated, never looking back, finally ending the game, scoring 108 points to just 47, guys. 108 to 47. And if you're wondering, okay, well, who did stuff? Who were the people who were kind of doing the most for Team USA? Well, because they were dominating so much, it was kind of everybody, right? Reagan Beers led the charge with 22 points in this game. She was a beast in the post. Like, she was pretty much unstoppable. Shot close to 80% from the field. 7 boards for her. And also, Joyce Edwards did her thing as well, right? Joyce Edwards was rocking and rolling as well. She hit a 3-point shot. She was dominating in the post. 19 points for her, 6 rebounds for her as well. And everybody else kind of did their thing, right? Michaela Blakes, I should say, 15 points for her. Hannah Hidalgo, 14 points. Gianna Niepens, 12 points, right? Everybody was rocking and rolling in this game. Everybody who came in the game scored. And Team USA didn't just win. They suffocated Chile. They held them to 2 points. Count them. 1, 2. In the final quarter. Okay? In the fourth quarter, Chile scores 2 points. Team USA scores 29 points. In the fourth quarter. Here's the deal. 1 through 12 can dominate for Team USA. That's how good they are. And then the next day, well, new night, new opponent. This time they faced Colombia. And Colombia tried their best to keep it close for as long as they possibly could. And then it was just kind of over from there. Team USA went on a run. And not as bad of a final score, but still absolutely dominant. Team USA ended up taking down Colombia. Final score 80 to Colombia's 43. In this game, the main players kind of switched a little bit. They did kind of switch in this game. We saw Olivia Miles doing almost getting a triple double in this game. 11 points for her, 8 rebounds, 8 assists for Olivia Miles, who was just passing that basketball, getting players involved, making stuff happen. We end up seeing Michaela Blakes once again do her thing. 15 points for her. She did lead Team USA in points. Joyce Edwards did her thing as well, almost getting a double-double with 13 points, 9 rebounds as well. And yeah, I mean, come on. What exactly do you expect to happen? What exactly do you expect to happen? Team USA is kind of running through their group play, and it's pretty much expected. You expect for this to happen. It's a 37-point lead. Second straight blowout game. That's not really a doubt. So far, Team USA is the team to beat. They are fast, they are deep, and they are downright ruthless on the defensive end. They've held both of their opponents to under 50 points. They are sharing the basketball. They are making good decisions on the court. Now, is it perfect? No. Are they making a lot of turnovers and making some serious mistakes? Yes. But their offensive firepower is so much so that some of the turnovers, they're not showing as a negative right now. Okay? They're building chemistry, and we'll kind of continue to see how this goes from here. They do have Puerto Rico up next, and so that's something to keep in mind. And we'll see how they do in that game. They do play Puerto Rico actually today. So they play them later today, so we'll see ultimately what they're able to do. But the real challenge will come eventually, I assume, when we will eventually see U.S. versus Brazil. To me, that's going to be definitely a game to watch. because you got some WNBA players on Team Brazil that are going to be rocking and rolling. And so, yeah, it's going to be a thing. It is absolutely going to be a thing. But if these first two games are any indication, Team USA did not come to play around. They came for the gold. And in order to get the gold, it's very likely that they will have to go through Brazil, who is playing in the other group. So eventually, these two teams probably will meet. All right, so that is the number two. That is the number two, sort of a thing of the game. And so actually, I do want to take a quick break, and we will be right back in about a minute or so, as I want to talk to you all about one of the first sponsors of the channel. So hopefully y'all support that. Anyway, and then on the other side, we'll go through the number one performers of the week. We'll go through the things you all need to know about WNBA All-Star and a whole lot more on the other side. But first, a message. Guys, the summer is here, and you know what that means. It means lots and lots of heat and a whole lot of sun. So you all know about sunscreen, right? It's a thing that everyone's like, protect your skin, wear sunscreen if you're going to be outside. But guys, we don't hear a lot about eye protection in the summer. And that's absolutely what you all need to be paying attention to. Sun protection, not just for your skin, but for your eyes. And that is where my friends at Shady Rays come in with shades that are not just stylish, but are built for real life. You got polarized lenses, durable frames, and the best of all, well, it doesn't cost an arm and a leg to buy a pair of sunglasses. And the wild part is, if you lose or break them, even on day one, Shady Rays will send you a replacement. There is no lectures, no stress, just a fresh pair of glasses so you can keep living your life. And the styles, they got about everything. Women's, men's, even kids shades, and just about every single color of every frame style, whether you like the bold look, a classic look, a more sporty sunglass look, or a low-key look. They got just about everything you could even ask for. And you all know I'm not a traditional sunglass wearer because I wear glasses because I can't see. And this is where Shady Rays still has me covered with prescription sunglasses as well. So Shady Rays is eyewear that actually has your back. So here's the deal. I've teamed up with them to bring you an exclusive offer. Head to shadyrays.com and use the code Quita for 35% off polarized sunglasses. You can try it for yourself. The shades that are rated 5 stars by over 300,000 people. That is promo code Quita at shadyrays.com. Make sure to check it out. All right. Make sure to rock out with Shady Rays. Okay. All right. So we are going to continue on with the last performance that I just got to talk about this because I'm not sure if y'all saw this game. But if you didn't, you kind of missed out. Okay. And I'm talking about none other than the basically number one team, it feels like, in the world. This team is riding high. They're doing their thing. The number one performance of the week is Team Belgium. And I am specifically talking about Emma Meesseman. Okay? Emma Meesseman helped Team Belgium win EuroBasket. They are the champions. They are the back-to-back champions. Emma Meesseman in the final game, she had 24 points, 11 rebounds, 7 assists in the finals. And guys, in the quarterfinals, she was doing her thing as well. 39 points for her, 9 rebounds, 5 assists against Germany. And guys, you want to talk about legendary, you want to talk about history. Belgium is absolutely doing that. The Belgium Cats just dropped one of the coldest finishes in European basketball history. Well, at least that I've seen. I haven't seen every single thing, but I couldn't believe the way that this Belgium team came back. This team was down by 12. They were down by 12 with about 3 minutes left to go in the gold medal game, and Belgium was like, not today. Not today. We are about to close this game out. We're about to win this game. Final score, guys, 67-65. Okay? We ultimately had this Belgium team say, you know what? Enough is enough. We are down. We know we are not this bad of a team. We know that we are the previous winners. We want to go back to back. We want to go back to back, and we are not quitting. And yeah, we end up seeing a crazy run in this game that ultimately saw Spain lose a game that they absolutely should have won. Guys, the Belgium Cats closed out the game on a 14-0 run. Right? And that, just like that, they kind of snatched the EuroBasket crowns right out of Spain's hands and defended their title in the most dramatic fashion imaginable. Okay? So we're going to get to that finish real quick. But with Belgium, let's just be very, very clear. With Team Belgium, everything begins and ends with one woman. Her name is Emma Meesseman. I told y'all how she did in that final game. 24 points, 11 rebounds, 7 assists in the finals. She took home the EuroBasket MVP for the second time in a row, the first player to ever do that. And not only did she lead her team, she lifted her team. She calmed her team. She created for her teammates. And she reminded everybody on the planet why she is the best women's basketball player outside of the WNBA. And for Belgium, the thing that's so great about them is that it's, yes, everything begins and ends with Emma, but it's not just Emma, because you cannot sleep on Julie Allemand, a cold-blooded shooter, 19 points in the finals, major buckets down the stretch, and she was just rocking and rolling, right? She ended up getting selected to the all EuroBasket team because, yeah, she was great. Then you had Antonia Dilari. She ended up getting the go-ahead clutch, go-ahead bucket off of a clutch steal with just seconds left. Everybody stepped up when it mattered the most. And yeah, fun fact, guys. In this game, we see Spain has it. Spain has the victory. They have the basketball. They're playing keep away. They're kind of just throwing the ball around. Keep away. Guys, it is super important to practice late game situations like this. You are up. There are seconds left to go. You need to keep the ball away from Belgium, because if you keep the ball, you win. But unfortunately, in them playing keep away, they end up throwing the ball away. A horrible pass goes awry as Belgium steals it, lays it up, and boom, Belgium, 2-point lead. 2-point lead, guys. 2-point lead. Spain gets the ball right back. I believe what is it, double-double or double dribble or something. It was something. End up turning over the basketball as they are trying to tie up the game, get the victory or whatever. They went from being up by 2, costly turnover. Now you're down by 2. Now you have to score, and now you turn over the basketball again. And just like that, guys, game over. Game over. This is why you have to practice late game situations. You have to practice it, because in the game, in the heat of the game, you have to be able to capitalize. And I guess the heat got a little bit too bright. For Spain. They had to win, and they just turnovers. Two costly turnovers at the end. Cost them. All right. But there is a player on Belgium that I also want to talk about, And it's a player who was actually cut in the WNBA, Kara Linskins. While you have Emma, while you got Julie, Kara Linskins was a huge anchor for the squad. She had 18 points in the final game, 6 rebounds. She did all the dirty work. And shout out to her, hitting big shots when it mattered the most. Now, Team Belgium, they win EuroBasket for the second time in a row. And guys, this was not just a win. This was history. Belgium wins back-to-back in EuroBasket, and they did it both times coming from behind. They don't have the historical or pedigree of sorts as France does, right? They didn't have the tournament hype that Spain had. But what they did have was heart, they had belief, and they had a captain who never gives up. Guys, I want to leave y'all with this. I want to leave y'all with this crazy stat. Crazy numbers, because what? Emma Meesseman has had probably the coolest 2025 possible. Okay? So, Emma Meesseman wins the EuroLeague MVP in 2025. EuroLeague MVP. She also wins the Turkish League Finals MVP. She also wins the EuroBasket MVP. Tell me another player as dominant right now as Emma Meesseman that's not in the WNBA. Come on now. EuroLeague MVP, Turkish League Finals MVP. And EuroLeague is the best international league in the world minus the WNBA. Most competitive, it's the best. So MVP of that. MVP of the Turkish League Finals, which again, the Turkish League is one of the top leagues in Europe. So really good teams that she's going against. And also, she leads Belgium to a EuroBasket championship and wins the EuroBasket MVP. And still with that, she doesn't totally even care. She cares way more about the gold medal than all of the individual accolades that she has, right? This is someone who continues to write history for her country, and she is building something special and real with Belgium. And guys, Belgium went from being pretty unknown of sorts when it comes to women's basketball to a possible rising dynasty. And fun fact, they did so with the help of a former WNBA coach. So shout out to Mike Thibault, the former longtime WNBA coach and GM. He has been the head coach of the Belgium Cats, and he was the head coach leading this team to a championship. Now, Mike Thibault not only has WNBA accolades to his name, he also has a European championship as well. He took the blueprint that was handed to him. He didn't overcomplicate things. He had a pretty short-ish rotation. Trusted his stars to kind of make some stuff happen, and kept Belgium steady, especially in that fourth quarter when it looked like the game was slipping away. So shout out to Coach Mike Thibault for that. So when we talk about basketball greatness, real greatness, I know we talk so much about the United States, talk a lot about women's basketball players, and that's hey, the United States is the best women's basketball team in the world, right? The WNBA has some of the best female basketball players in the world as well. Sure, talk about the U.S., talk about the WNBA, but the reason why this is the number one performance is because it was the biggest one of the week. When we talk about great performances, we talk about great teams, we cannot ignore what is happening overseas. Okay? Don't forget the Belgian Cats. Don't forget what Emma Meesseman just did. Okay? Down 12 with about 3 minutes to go. This team still believed that they could win. And now they are champs again. So again, shout out to the Belgium Cats for getting the dub and making noise in EuroBasket once again. Guys, that is the end of this segment. What did y'all think about it? I'm curious. What did y'all think about it? Y'all like the segment? Y'all dislike the segment? I was trying to be as brief as possible, but also trying to do a little storytelling, trying to get you all a good sense of what was happening, because I'm assuming some of y'all may not have known what was happening. And so this was my attempt to try to inform you guys. Any comments or any thoughts about any of the top 5 performances that I talked about? Nosy Gamer says Mike Tebow, the coach with the most wins in WNBA history. I don't remember exactly, but he's definitely up there. If he's not number 1, he's definitely up there. I don't actually remember his WNBA stats. Okay, so y'all seem to like the segment. Okay, thank you so much. Again, this is my attempt. This is my attempt to do more than just standard. Oh, I'm just gonna read out the games of WNBA games that you all care about, and like, you know what I'm saying? I want, like, women's basketball is so much bigger than the United States. It's so much bigger than the WNBA that I really want an opportunity to showcase it. Okay. Right. Yeah, I do need to make it a little bit fast paced. I do. I do need to make it a little bit fast paced. Okay. All right. So, guys, I would be crazy. I would be absolutely insane in the membrane to have a segment talking about top performances and not talk about one of the greatest performers in WNBA history. And the best part is her jersey is not just going to reside in one rafter. It's going to reside in 2. And that is none other than CP3 herself, Candace Parker. Candace Parker got her jersey retired yesterday in LA. She's getting her jersey retired shortly in Chicago as well. And guys, I just want to have a quick segue, a quick segment of sorts where we talk about Candace Parker, because when we talk about the WNBA, we talk about stats. Actually, no, scratch that. When we talk about women's basketball, period, WNBA, international, whatever you want to say, Candace Parker's name is there. Candace Parker is one of the greatest players to ever play the game. Okay? One of the greatest. And I actually think that we're actually starting to see her get the respect that she deserves, because it means more to retire someone's jersey while they're still alive, while they can see it, while they can enjoy it, while they can get all of the accolades, right? And it was fitting that, when it came down to her getting her jersey in the rafters, it's fitting that it's done with 2 teams. A team that she played the majority of her career with, 13 seasons with the LA Sparks. And later on, she's going to get it for the Chicago Sky, a team that she played for 2 years and a team that she got to a WNBA championship. So yesterday, Lisa Leslie introduced Candace, and it was kind of fitting to see that, because you all remember Lisa Leslie really did kind of hand the reins to Candace Parker after she got drafted. Candace Parker was the number 1 draft pick from the University of Tennessee, and she went on to have a masterful WNBA career. In her rookie year, she wins both Rookie of the Year and WNBA MVP. Right? This is someone who just was flat out amazing. flat out amazing. When you look at the stats for Candace Parker, this is someone who is a 2-time MVP. This is someone who was a 2-time block champion in the WNBA. Yes, smooth and silk. Smooth and silk. Yes. This is someone who is a 2-time all-defensive player. This is someone who is a finals MVP, right? She's a part of the WNBA top 25 all-time players list, right? 3-time champ, one with LA, one with Chicago, one with Vegas. This is someone who won the Defensive Player of the Year award. And this is someone who even won the WNBA Assist Award as well. Just saying. Candace Parker ushered a new evolution of women's basketball players, specifically post players. Because Candace, not only could Candace dominate in the post, which she could, but she was also someone who stretched the floor. Candace Parker was shooting threes. Candace Parker was bringing down the basketball. Candace Parker was doing everything on the court. Whether it was facilitating, whether it was scoring, whether it was rebounding, she did just about everything. And yes, we have the likes of Asia Wilson. We got the likes of Nafisa Collier and Brianna Stewart and yada, 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 yada. In a lot of ways, that sort of versatile forward really got honed in with the game of Candace Parker. Okay? It's kind of cool to see. It's kind of cool to see what she has done to the game and how the game has continued to grow after her retirement. Yo, Candace Parker, guys, I think the first basketball shirt I ever had was a Lady Vols championship. It was a championship shirt. It was a white shirt that had a big stain on it because I'm not good with white. But it had it celebrated the championship and it had Candace Parker front and center. And guys, I love that shirt. I cherish it so much. The reason why I became a Tennessee fan was because of Candace Parker. Yes, Pat Summitt, legendary coach. She was phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. But Candace Parker got me further into women's basketball, got me watching Tennessee games constantly. And when she went to LA, I became an LA fan. I mean, of course I watched LA before Candace went there, but and I thought they were good and whatnot. But Candace going to LA, I was a massive LA Sparks fan because it was like, hey, whatever Candace Parker does, I'm a rock with because I was a huge fan of Candace, right? She's a Chicagoland player who was legendary. Like I heard of her when she was in high school and just how dominant she was at Naperville. Like she was amazing. And yeah, she just kept on going. Quinta says, and why aren't you wearing that shirt today, Quita? Well, because eventually the shirt got thrown out. I think the shirt got thrown out because it has so many stains because it was white. But I had it for years until I literally just couldn't go outside with it anymore. And then also, Candace Parker, not only could she do all the stuff I talked about before, but she could dunk the basketball and repeatedly dunk the basketball as well. So so anyway, Candace Parker, legend. I would be remiss if I didn't say that. Okay, I'd be remiss. We also have some super chats. Let's get to them. Thank you so much. Albert for the super chat says, for those talking trash about the New York Liberty, I have receipts. When Jones and Phoebus return, I am collecting what is owed with a lady named Emma. LOL. I mean, yeah, here's the thing. Like once Leonie and once Leonie gets back fully after EuroBasket, once Jonquel gets healthy, yeah, it'll be a different New York Liberty team for sure. Row 2, thank you so much for the super chat. Says, best segment to date. Love it. Great information in time frame. Focus content. Thank you. I'm trying my best. Again, I can get the timing a little bit better. But I'm trying my best to make it as succinct as possible, but as thorough as possible as well. Michael, thank you so much for the super chat. Says, great job. Well, thank you so much for your support. Okay, guys, let's move on. All right, let's talk about the WNBA All-Star Game. We do have the All-Star captains that were announced yesterday. So shout out to Caitlin and shout out to Napheesa Collier for getting the most votes, and they are going to be your captains, and so that is really, really cool to note. So yeah. I mean, here's the deal, guys. I do want to give you all some specific information about WNBA All-Star, just so you all are aware of what's going on. So Caitlin Clark and Napheesa Collier did get the most votes. Caitlin had 1,293,526 votes from fans. So basically 1.2 million votes. And Napheesa Collier received 1,176,020 votes. So 1.2 million for Caitlin, 1.1 million for Napheesa Collier. And both of these players, they're doing their thing. Yes, Caitlin is kind of injured right now, but the likelihood is that she will play for WNBA All-Star. It's expected to, especially since the All-Star game is happening in Indianapolis. And so that's something to note. But so far, she's been doing her thing this year. She's averaging around 18 points a game, 8.9 assists per game as well. And then Napheesa Collier, Napheesa Collier is Napheesa Collier. She does her thing all the time and is just dominant. Yeah, she did deal with a back injury, but it looks like Napheesa Collier is all good right now. And so that's something to know. Also, one thing I just wanted to mention real quick. The way that Minnesota let Napheesa know that she won, she got the most votes was actually pretty cool. Her daughter, her husband was there. Sylvia Fowles, one of the greatest Minnesota Lynx players, was there to give her the news. And so far, and it was really cool to see. And also, did anyone peep game at the video that the Minnesota Lynx put out? The video that they put out. Did y'all notice that Napheesa's husband was wearing an Unrivaled shirt? Did anyone notice that? I'm just saying. Napheesa Collier and her family are doing everything they can to promote the mess out of Unrivaled. I'm just saying. But anyway, on the season, Napheesa Collier is dominating. 24.4 points a game. 8.5 rebounds a game. 3.7 assists per game. She's doing a little bit of everything. If I had a vote for MVP right now, I would vote for Napheesa Collier. I just would. I think she is just flat out phenomenal. And yeah, she's been dealing with a back injury, but her back seemed to be fine yesterday. And she almost got a double-double against Connecticut. But yeah, that's something to note. But I'm curious to see ultimately who they have on their team. A couple things to note in terms of dates. We will find out the remaining 8 starters on later today on ESPN at 7 p.m. Eastern time today. We will find out the 8 starters that are going to be doing their thing for the All-Star game. So later today, we'll find that out. Also, WNBA head coaches will be selecting All-Star reserves. So that's something to note as well. And Caitlin and Napheesa will draft their All-Star rosters from a pool of starters and reserves during WNBA Countdown on Tuesday, July the 8th. Okay? All right. So, I'm curious to hear what you all have to say about who you voted for, why, and whatnot. And I've seen a lot of people like, show their receipts online and then get dragged and all that stuff. And I was like, oh, let me take part in that. Let me take part in that in those festivities, guys. I am just a regular voter like y'all are. I am not a media member for the WNBA. I'm not a media voter or whatever. But I did want to. I did want to. Only vote once. So I voted one time in the entire period of open voting. I voted once. And the date that I voted on was July the 20th. And I want to for full transparency, I want to share who I voted for. And y'all can drag me in the chat if y'all would like. But I have specific reasons for who I voted for, and yeah. And as time has changed, yeah, maybe I would change my vote now. But at the moment, fully back the people I voted for and why. Okay, so get ready to drag. So who did I have for the front court? Well, I had A'ja Wilson. I had Gabby Williams. I had Alyssa Thomas, Satu Sabally, Breanna Stewart, and Napheesa Collier. I mean, here's the deal. Napheesa Collier, A'ja Wilson, enough said. No need to really explain that. I would say the same thing for Alyssa Thomas. Enough said. No need to actually explain that because the proof is in the literal pudding as you watch the games. The reason why I voted for Gabby Williams is because I feel like in a lot of ways her production just gets underrated. She is one of the best defensive players in the WNBA. This is someone, who is not going to score 20 plus points a night, but she is going to do her best to shut down an opposing player. I think she's a phenomenal player who just, yes, when you talk about Seattle, absolutely. We talk about Skylar Diggins-Smith. We could talk about Nneka Ogwumike. And yes, Nneka Ogwumike is a fantastic post player. Fantastic. And truly, in a perfect world, if I had more votes, I would have put Nneka in here as well because I think she's having a phenomenal year. But to me, I do put that defense that Gabby Williams had over. Okay. And Satu Sabally, the reason why I put Satu Sabally is because, again, when I voted, which was on the 20th, Satu Sabally was straight up balling, 20 plus points a game. She was rebounding the basketball. She was moving and grooving. And here's the thing. I had a hard time picking Satu because I just have an issue. With picking two players on the same exact team, right? I have an issue with that. However, when I went to actually make my vote, because again, I voted once on July the 20th. When I went to make my vote, I was just like, man, I get it. There's other players I could put in there. I could slot in Aaliyah. I could slot in Nneka. I could slot in, Angel and others. But I was just like, what Satu is given, I just can't ignore it. I can't ignore it. And, since then, we got to talk about things that have changed, right? We got to talk about things that have changed. And so, yeah, at the time I was like, yeah, she's the right player. Now, since then, we have seen since I made my vote, right? We've seen Aaliyah Boston go off. Okay, we saw her go off, right? We have seen Angel Reese go off. right? And so, yeah, if the vote was after the 20th, yeah, sure. If the game was right after, if I voted right after Aaliyah Boston's 31-point game, then yeah, I probably would have put Aaliyah Boston in. But at the time I voted, hey, Satu Sabally was absolutely hooping. She is still hooping. And yeah, I fully stand by my vote. I fully do. Because again, what I wanted to do, I only wanted to vote once because I wanted to be able to be like a snapshot. Because ultimately, I would love to be one of those media members who vote and they vote once, right? And so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just vote. I'm gonna just vote once, and we about to do this thing, okay? We about to do it, okay? And then I also have Breanna Stewart because yeah, she's Breanna Stewart. I mean, here's the deal. Breanna Stewart is just still having a excellent season, and the day, probably the thing that swayed me was the day before I voted. Breanna Stewart dropped 35 points against Phoenix, right? And she was rocking and rolling, and hey, man, like she was doing great. She was absolutely doing great, and so yeah, that's who I voted for because yeah. She had the momentum and she was rocking and rolling. Okay, now let's go to the front court, people. Let's go to the front court, people. All right. Allisha Gray, enough said. I mean, Allisha Gray is her. I think Allisha Gray is having a phenomenal season. You know, you got Sabrina Ionescu, who is, I would say, you know, after the vote, after I end up voting, I would say she hasn't had that great of games since then. So again, I voted on the 20th. And when I voted, we just saw Saab have 2 back-to-back 30 point plus games. Sabrina Ionescu was cooking. And so I was like, dog, like she's doing great. Not only is she passing the ball efficiently, not only is she keeping her turnovers to a relative level, she's also scoring a boatload of points. Now, since I voted, yeah, Sabrina Ionescu has not been as great. Absolutely, has not been as great at all. Which is why I voted once, so to get that snapshot of that exact timing. Okay. So after the 20th, yeah, she kind of went on a nosedive of sorts. Before the 20th, she was doing her thing. Okay. Kelsey Plum. Same thing for Kelsey Plum. She was absolutely rocking and rolling. Okay. This is another player who, in some ways, kind of is the big shot taker and maker for this LA Sparks team. And the reason why I ended up voting for her is because of the way that she has been on her sort of point guard bag. Getting her teammates involved while also looking for a shot as well. And I wanted to, you know, show that as well, with my vote of like how Kelsey Plum really has evolved her game and not only is a great shooter or great scorer, I should say, but also someone who can make stuff happen as well. Okay. All right, let's continue on. And Caitlin Clark. I mean, yeah, I think she has been out, and has been dealing with some injuries. However, again, when I voted, she literally had just come off of a almost triple-double against New York, right? Where she had 38 points, 8 rebounds, 9 assists. She had a triple-double already this year. This is someone who, yes, Turnovers, still an issue. But in terms of just passing that basketball, in terms of scoring, she's been doing her thing. Now, again, this is before she went on this rut that she's in where she's just like actually really not good. She really hasn't been playing well in terms of shooting wise in the last couple of games. And so that's something to note. But again, these votes were all taken on the 20th of June. Okay, so now I've probably lost some of y'all. Some of y'all are probably like, ooh, see, Quita's trying to pander. Quita's trying to do this. Quita's trying to do that. Here's the deal, guys. I say what I actually think. Okay? And I say what I see. Now, will some of y'all have different votes than me? Sure. But what I wanted to do is I wanted to make one vote. And I wanted to sit in that. Now, if I did several votes, yes, I would have also voted for other players as well. But I didn't. I wanted to just have one. Chloe said, Quita is low-key weird. I am weird. I am. And there's nothing I can really, there's nothing I can really do about it. There is nothing I can do about it. All right. LL Kune says, Quita is a Sky fan and didn't pick Kamilla or Angel. She's too neutral for me. Here's the deal. If I voted after the 20th, as Angel has been on this crazy run that she's on, I would vote for Angel. Right? But she wasn't doing that in the consistency wise when I voted. Here's the deal, guys. Yes, I am a fan of the Chicago Sky. However, I'm not just going to vote for somebody just because I like them. I'm going to vote for somebody because I truly think that they're doing elite stuff, right? And yes, when I voted, did Angel Reese come off of a triple double? Absolutely she did. But she wasn't on this run that she's on now. Now, if I voted today, absolutely. Would I put Angel over Satu? I actually think I would. But then it'd be a battle, in my opinion, between Angel and Aaliyah, because also she's rocking and rolling as well. Ito says, why would you cast only one vote so long ago? Because I wanted to experiment with it. In years past, I've made multiple votes on all of the 2X days and all of that other stuff, right? And it was a mix of, here I'm gonna make a logical vote here, and then this one I'm just gonna vote for the people I like, and then just go back and forth and just do all the 2X days and all that stuff. But I wanted to do something different this time. I wanted to actually just make it a snapshot. And hey, man, wanted to make it a snapshot, and I wanted to just focus on one vote, and that's it. So yeah. It is what it is. So yeah, feel free to rip me in the comments and tell me how terrible I am, because it is what it is. Yeah, if I vote after people are doing some fantastic stuff, then hey, I'm gonna change stuff. Okay. But yeah, I'm a fan, but way more than I'm a fan of I'm a fan of the Sky. I'm a fan of women's basketball. So yes, do I want the Sky to be great? Sure, but at the same time, I gotta actually admit what I actually see. Okay. Jamie says, sounds like early voter remorse in real election. But I don't regret my vote, actually. I'm just trying to explain why I voted the way I voted. And so, yeah. Pam says, wow, no Courtney Quita. Courtney Vandersloot? I mean, no. Courtney Williams? No. Yeah, I really like Courtney Williams. I think Courtney Williams is great, but no. All right. So yeah. We will see what happens. We will absolutely see what happens. But anyway, that's what I got. And guys, that is the end of the show. Thank y'all so much for rocking with me. My name is Quita, and I make content all about women's basketball. So if that is your thing, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Okay? Hit that subscribe button for me one time. Thank W says, we got to get you a media member vote so you don't have to do this experiment again. I just thought it was fun. Let's see. Life with Mackenzie says, when will the final voting list be posted so I can see if Angel got up there? It should be posted pretty soon. Like I said, later today, we'll find out who the starters will be. We'll find out who the starters will be later today. And so, yeah. And then we'll find out the reserves later after that. I fully anticipate Angel to be an all-star. I fully expect her to be an all-star. Fully expect her to be an all-star. I fully expect Paige Beckers to be an all-star. And, of course, Aaliyah Boss is an all-star. So, yeah. Anyway. Pizza, I think that's how you say your name. Pizza Will says, thank you for your message. Says, you're good, Quita. That's why we subscribe and listen. We all have opinions. It's how you support those opinions, and Quita does it well. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much to A Piece of Sunshine for the super chat. Says, shout out to you for good games and out of 16 didn't make you an all-star. What? Shout out to you. 4 good games out of 16 does not make you all-star. I would argue that Angel has had more than 4 good games. If you're talking about Angel, she definitely has had more than 4 good games. But again, she admits herself that she did struggle in early on in the season, and she's gotten it together. And I tell you this, if we would have seen this version of Angel at the beginning of the season, it'd be easy peasy Angel All-Star. I ultimately do think she's still going to be an All-Star, ultimately, because I do think that she will get media votes and coaches votes and all that stuff, and whatnot. So yeah, no Aaliyah Boston vote. Okay. No Aaliyah Boston vote. Okay. All right. Anyway, that's it. Y'all have a good one. And I can't wait to see all the funny comments. But anyway, that's it. People can vote for whoever they want. There's some people who vote for just who they're fans of. I vote for the eye test of watching all the games and seeing really thinking about who should I pick over who, and yeah, that's it. Anyway, y'all have a good day. Y'all have a great day, and I will see y'all in the next one. Where's my end broadcast? All right, see y'all the next one. Till next time, guys. Bye-bye.
Are you ready?
Ready, set.